Today, we are going to talk about the life story of Hitler. Hitler was born in Austria in 20th April 1889, which was a part of Austria-Hungarian Empire back then. This lies near the south of German border. His father, Adolf Hitler, was a government worker and he was very strict, whereas his mother, Clara, was very kind. They had 6 children in total, but only Hitler and his sister Paula survived. He was very close with his mother. In fact, he has a picture of his mom with him till he dies. Hitler's father wanted Hitler to work in a government service, but Hitler either wanted to be a priest or an artist. In 1900, his brother Edmund dies of measles. After 3 years, his father also dies. This incident has a major impact on Hitler's life. He changed lots of schools, and from childhood, he did not have lots of friends. He was not really good at study. He dropped out school and started self-study. At 16 years old, he left school and never returned. He himself started to study history and politics. He spent his time drawing paintings and started to spend his time with his mother. At 18 years old, Hitler left his home and his mom and went to the capital of Austria and applied in Vienna School of Fine Arts, in which he got rejected. His mother died on 21st December 1907 during Christmas due to breast cancer. This was an important phase in the life of Hitler. He went to depression after this incident and again go to Vienna. He does not have any kind of work and lives in poverty. In 1908, again applied in Academic of Fine Arts, but again he gets rejected. To survive, he starts to sell his own paintings. He does not have a place even to stay during this time. This was very a hard time for Hitler in his life. Still, he did not lose his hope. In 1913, he went to Munich city and started painting. In 1914, when the First World War started, he did a volunteer in German army and worked as a dispatch runner. This is one of the famous photos where Hitler is seen very happy when there was an announcement of First World War. When the war started, then only for the first time in his life, he has some kind of aim. He was very patriotic towards German. He did not have any military experience, but he was a very good runner. In the war, he took a job to transfer messages from one place to another by running. He fought almost all war against British. He also got shot in this war. He was thereafter respected with Iron Cross in Germany. In August 1918, while Hitler was fighting in First World War, he got blinded by a mustard gas by British force and he was taken to hospital. After 3 months while he was in hospital, Germany lost the First World War and surrendered. In 1919, Germany signed Treaty of Versailles and Germany has to pay lots of amount for the war. All the high positions in Germany were almost all Jewish. Jewish population were less, but all the important positions were taken by Jews. If you look from one side, the big population of Germans were controlled by few Jews. Germany lost a major part of its land after First World War and Germany was blamed for the whole war. The condition got terrible for the Germans after the war. Hitler utilizes this situation for his own advantage. He was a fluent speaker, so he was invited by the German Socialist Party to join them. This party was later transformed as Nazi Party. When Hitler joined this party, everything was messed up. Germany were all sad about the situation and they had a race develop inside them. Hitler used this race as his opportunity. In every speech, Hitler mentioned about the Treaty of Versailles and his anger with Jews, the ideology of Marx and communists, and he blamed this loss to entire Jews. He gave his speech according to the reaction of people. He began to speak on the topic which got the big reaction from the people, and he didn't talk about the topic with low reaction from the people. The way he spoke was getting better day by day. All the people began to cheer him. He gave the symbol swastika to his party. This swastika sign is also considered as a good luck in Hindu religion that is found mostly in Nepal and India. This is a symbol of Aryans as well. Hitler believed that only Aryans were super race amongst others. On 29 July 1921, Adolf Hitler becomes the Führer of Nazi Party. In German, leader is known as Führer. People rapidly join this party. Hitler specially inserted all the past soldiers in this party. Instead of election, he uses violence to gain power and control. He takes the example of the rise of Benito Mussolini in Italy and understands that power can be taken or captured by the method of violence as well. Hitler wants to use the same policy in Germany as it was used by Mussolini in Italy. In 1923, an incident happens where Hitler and his supporter tries to kidnap 3 big political leaders with the help of violence and weapons and tries to take the control. 3 days after this incident, Hitler was announced as traitor and was arrested. During his time in prison, Hitler published his famous book, Mein Kampf. This is an autobiography as well, as he discussed his political view. He discussed the reason why German people are superior and true German race has blonde hair, blue eyes, and they are quite tall and manly compared to others. He believed that Jews are at the lowest rank and they should be eradicated from this world. He believed all the land that was lost by Germans after the First World War should be given back to Germans, and Germans should give more priority to the military. After this book got published, Hitler got famous within nights. Lots of photos of Hitler were published in the newspaper, and Hitler was treated as a celebrity that makes his way to the politics even stronger than before. Hitler got released from jail in 20th December 1924, and as soon as he gets out of the jail, he controls the Nazi party. He believed he is a messiah for Germans and their people. He even announced that he will finish the job that Jesus couldn't do it in an organization in 1926. He even tells people that he was a chosen one to save the German. German people also believe that only Hitler can save the German from the crisis. Till 1929, the condition of German got even worse and the number of unemployment hikes to the top. There was a shortage of food. Hitler utilizes this situation and makes people believe that Hitler will provide bread and employment as soon as he will rise to the power. In 1930, the election took place and Nazi Party comes as second major party. In 1932, Nazi Party becomes the most largest party. Hitler comes to the power and Germany writes new history. On January 30, 1933, Hitler becomes successful in becoming the Chancellor, which is the topmost position in Germany. As soon as he becomes the Chancellor, he centralizes all power within himself. Hitler comes in power through election. He declares emergency from the parliament and holds the whole constitution. He takes away the rights of all people and allows to arrest anyone who are only suspicious. He then sterilizes the handicapped people, which makes them infertile in order to stop the hereditary disease. From 1933 to 1945, almost 400,000 people are sterilized. He dismisses all the parties except for the Nazi and kills or puts in prison to all people who are against him. He takes the democracy and freedom from the people and starts to rule as a dictator. Now, he decides who will leave or who will get killed in Germany. He would kill anyone who will go against him. In 1935, Nazi made a new law that no German can marry any Jews. All the rights of Jews were taken and their houses are burned down. Because of this, lots of Jews escaped from Germany. Hitler began to kill or exile Jews rapidly. He did lots of unfair to the Jews. He started to make concentration camps where Jews and the people who were against Hitler are imprisoned and made them die. He dismissed the Treaty of Versailles and had huge number of forces in Germany's military. Lots of new weapons, tanks, aeroplanes were built. He improved the economic condition of Germany. In 1936, Rhineland that was taken away from Germany by Treaty of Versailles, he captured that. After all this, France and Britain did not take any action against him. In 1938, Hitler wants Austria to surrender, and Austria does surrender. Austria is the city where Hitler was born. After he captured Austria, the people over there welcomed Hitler with great cheer. None of the country take no action against Hitler. Hitler's confidence got even more stronger. In 1938, he captured Czechoslovakia, where there were lots of German-speaking people. Britain and France kept quiet and let this happen with the condition that Germany will now be quiet. But in real, Hitler was not satisfied yet. In 23rd August 1939, Germany did a treaty with Soviet Union that neither will attack each other and then attacks Poland. Poland has a treaty with Britain that Britain will help Poland if anyone attacks Poland. Hitler believed that Britain will now go to the war and attack Britain in 1st September 1939. After 2 days, Britain and France announced to battle Germany, which officially began Second World War. Within 6 weeks, Germany captures Poland. In April 1940, Denmark surrendered. Germany captures Belgium, Holland, and France as well. After the victory over France, Hitler went to visit Eiffel Tower of France. Hitler captured almost all parts of the Europe. He was praised a lot in Germany and was treated as a national hero in Germany. He promised Germany to bring back the glory of Germany that was lost after First World War and promised to take revenge with all countries that was responsible for the degrade of Germany. He starts to think that he is a messiah of Germany. Germany keeps fighting with Britain. Lots of civilians get killed from both sides. Hitler then focused on Russia. Hitler do not think that Britain is any threat. This becomes big mistake. In 1941, Hitler attacked Russia. In the beginning, Germany was winning the war, but Russia was too big and there were lots of soldiers. Because of the extreme cold weather, Germans were not able to move forward in Russia and lots of Germans gets killed only because of the extreme cold. All Germans' machine needed petrol to run was frozen because of the cold, whereas the machine of Russia runs on diesel that can work in extreme cold as well. Slowly, Germany began to lose the war. Berlin gets surrounded till 1945 and Hitler also suffers from Parkinson's disease. He marries his love, Eva Braun, in 29 April 1945. Eva Braun was 23 years younger than Hitler. Hitler kills himself on April 30, 1945 with a sort of a gun and eating cyanide capsule at once. Hitler was the main reason for the Second World War. Hitler had lots of mistress in his life, especially Eva Braun. But in the society, he shows that there were no one between Hitler and Germany. In lots of speeches, he said that he loves only German and no one else. His niece Gaily Robel was one of his lovers as well. He has a relationship with his niece since 1931 and stayed together with her in Munich. When Hitler learned that she had a lover and when she went to Vienna to meet her lover, then Hitler locked her down in his room. They fight for this region and on 18 September 1931, Gaily shot herself and committed suicide. That's all for today. Thank you.